feel very tired this morning, probably because yesterday itself was a very tiring day. On top of that, I woke up far earlier than necessary. After saying hi to Shizune and Misha, I start doing the work as instructed from the board. It already looks like today is going to be heavy. I don't have a problem with that now, though. Shizune and Misha might jump on me trying to get an answer about whether or not I decide to join the student council, even if it's just one day. I wouldn't put it past them to try. I don't have an answer for them if they do. So, this situation is convenient for me. About 10 minutes into class, Hanako walks in and takes a seat, but no one looks at her. Teacher doesn't even comment on her lateness. He does, however, stop us to say that we're going to break into groups again. I turn my head and see that Shizune and Misha are looking at me. Shizune gives me a smile that is equal parts cute and menacing. This is a smile that says, "We have you now. There's no escape." "Hee-chan, it looks like we're together again! Yay! Yay!" Misha leans sideways while Shizune pushes her desk closer to mine. There really is no escape now unless I were to jump through the window. Jumping out the window isn't the best option, sadly. "What's wrong, Hee-chan?" "Oh, Hee-chan, have you been thinking about what you said yesterday? You said that you would think about joining the student council, didn't you?" "It's okay, Hee-chan. We were talking about it after you left, and it would be rude to expect you to already have an answer for us this early, right? Right." Ha 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 ha! I'm so happy you two are able to have a laugh at my expense. Even more pleased to know that you both know how crazy the two of you can be. Now that that's over, Shizune snaps back into serious mode and smacks today's assignment with the back of her hand in an overly dramatic and important way. When I actually look at the stuff, it's mostly just reading. In fact, there are only 2 problems. I almost want to say something about her rush to get started seems a bit much, considering the small amount of work. In fact, Shizune probably knows how little there is and simply doesn't care. Yeah, it seems like the workload doesn't matter to her as much as the fact that there is work. The actual amount is unimportant. She approaches everything with the same level of ambition. While I'm reading, I let my eyes wander around the room and catch Hanako trying her hand at solving the problems. It looks like she's working alone. I can't remember seeing her working with other people before. Thinking back to how shy she is, it's understandable. Hey, that girl over there. Huh? Who, Hee-chan? Her, Hanako, over there. Does she always work alone? I think so, Hee-chan. Do you feel sorry for her because she's alone? I was just thinking that maybe she could work with us or something. No, I don't think that would be a good idea, Hee-chan. Why not? C-chan wouldn't get along with her. Why? Misha shuffles around the question, letting out a laugh that sounds very strange. It's nervous, but still has that lilting up and down quality present in everything she says. Just because, Hee-chan. By now, Shizune has noticed our conversation, and it makes me realize again how Misha has been signing everything that she has been saying this whole time. What, C-chan? The friend of my enemy is my enemy? That sounds so harsh. I'm not gonna say that. You said it anyway. I know, Hee-chan. It's fine if you overhear. I wonder if this is Misha's way of keeping things fair, since without her, I wouldn't be able to understand the things Shizune is saying, and vice versa. Is that also why she signs all the time? So there's never a conversation Shizune will be left out of? Anyway, we should start the problems now, Hee-chan. We finish with time to spare, and I decide to ask if there are any alternatives to the cafeteria, as frankly, the food so far has been subpar. This sends Shizune and Misha arguing among themselves about their favorite restaurants. All of them are downtown, so I don't think we have time to go all the way there. What about the bill? Are they arguing just for the fun of it? Maybe. They seem so distracted by it that they don't even notice the start of the actual lunch break. I look over my shoulder towards the back of the classroom. She seems to be studying her notes from the previous class. It's an odd sight. Everyone else in the class is busying themselves with the lunch break. Socializing, gossiping, rearranging desks. The one with actual boxed lunches mixed in and chattering like everyone else, only interrupted by short bouts of eating. But when I watch Hanako, it feels that I'm the only one who can see her, almost as if she was invisible, sort of hiding in plain sight. Is she being bullied? Is she isolating herself from the rest of the class on her own accord? I see her look over her shoulder towards the classroom's rear door. Come to think of it, she hasn't turned a page since I started watching her. I guess she's waiting for someone. What to do? Isha and Sejune are still arguing about their choice for lunch place. Incomprehensible for a pair of high school students who have to take a taxi at least to make it to downtown and back in time. Haven't you finished already?
Oh, sorry, Hee-chan. Were you waiting for us? You don't have any plans?
Plans?
For lunch?
Well, I don't, so I thought I could hang with you guys. Misha smiles victoriously at my lack of plans and excitedly translates my response to Shizune.
If you don't have anything specific planned out, do you want to eat lunch with me and C-chan? Ah, we're going to go to town for lunch, though. Don't worry, Hee-chan. It's not that far.
Sure, I'll come with you. And with that, we leave the classroom. Just around the corner of the hallway, something hits me in the chest with the force of a runaway train.
Ouch!
Opening my eyes, I see a pair of saucer-like green eyes looking up at me. They belong to the perpetrator, a short girl who bumped into me and is now fallen down onto the hallway floor. She wears a PE uniform and a very worried frown. The former strikes me as a rather strange thing to have on during a lunch break. More striking than that, though, is that she doesn't have any legs. Or she does, but they are not flesh and bone. Her pale and very much flesh and bone thighs end in shins and feet made of some black metallic or plastic-like material. They look disturbingly artificial and unnatural. It almost makes me forget that my chest is hurting. The girl winces a little, rubs her nose, and jumps up.
Oh man, hey, are you alright? I'm sorry about that, really. I wasn't looking where I was going and you just came out of nowhere. Sorry.
She's looking really apologetic, in the hurt puppy way of looking apologetic. I quickly forget about being angry or anything, since hurt puppies are my weak spot. It's okay, don't worry about it. Ouch! I say that, but there's a stinging pain growing in my chest, and I know that this is about the biggest possible danger for my condition. Don't overexert yourself, don't forget your medication, and most of all, don't get hit in the chest. I try to rub my solar plexus to chase the pain away, holding my breath in an attempt to hear my heartbeat. It seems normal.
Hey, should I get a nurse?
The worried, high-pitched voice of the girl snaps me out of it. I stare at her for a few seconds dumbfounded, until I realize that I probably looked worse off than I really was, doubled over myself and looking all tense. Damn, I'm overly worried about my heart. No need, I'm fine. Managing to say something in response, I pull myself upright, feeling my sore ribs one last time, and take a deep breath. She just knocked the wind out of me, big time, but it's nothing more than that.
You sure you're okay? I hit you pretty hard.
It's okay. I said I was fine, and nothing's broken. No harm done.
That's good.
I feel a hand on my shoulder at the same time the girl's eyes widen and hard.
Eep!
I don't have time to look behind me because Shizune is already shoving me aside and stomping over to the girl, signing furiously at her.
Mr. Bearzaki, I saw that. Running in the halls is strictly forbidden.
Misha translates right on Shizune's tail, but her voice is girlishly playful, not full of the divine fury Shizune's arm movements would seem to call for.
Sorry. I was just going to get some stuff, and I was in kind of a hurry. You've been told this 1,000 times before. Your reckless behavior endangers other students, and even worse, is explicitly against the school regulations.
The girl blushes and starts to fidget nervously like a little child caught misbehaving. It's so cute I find myself smiling.
I know that. I was just... Make sure that this will not happen again. Although I'm sure telling you this is futile, it only causes me further headache when you choose to ignore the regulations. Got that, Emmy?
The small girl sticks her tongue out in response.
Aha! I gotta go. Teacher will have my head. I promised to help with printouts, but I went running instead. Sorry, but I've got to change and everything.
Before Misha or Suzune or I can say anything, she's already bolted from where she was a second ago, almost halfway towards the stairwell. Suzune looks like she's about to go nuclear on the spot, so I smile at her in a vain attempt to calm her down.
Are you okay, Hee-chan? That Ibarazaki girl is always like that, causing trouble to others.
You know, I'm pretty certain Shizune wouldn't call me Hee-chan.
Never mind.
Yeah, anyway, I'm okay. Just got the wind knocked out of me.
That's great, He-chan.
I wouldn't call that great, but I let it slide this one time.
So, let's hurry, He-chan, to have lunch. He promised it'll be great.
I'll take your word for it. What kind of place is it? A restaurant or something?
It's a tea house, He-chan.
Tea house? Sounds kind of fancy.
Why are you looking at your wallet, He-chan? It's okay. If you don't have any money, we'll cover for you.
It's really nice of you. Thanks.
It's okay, He-chan. After all, we're friends, right, He-chan?
It's only been 3 days. Are we really friends that quickly? But hearing that makes me happy.
Ah, it's only for today, though, and only if you accept right now. Do you want to go, He-chan?
I start wondering if this is some kind of trap. Is this Misha's suggestion or Shizune's? This is important. I'm still a little apprehensive about the possible motives of a girl whose favorite pastime is the game of world domination. No, I'm just being paranoid. Actually, they have grown on me already. I do have to go to town sometime. So why not now with them? I've never actually been to a tea house before. All my expectations are from what I've seen about them on TV. But these are period dramas, and these are modern times. It might just be a regular cafe, and they're just calling it a tea house. Either way, I'm curious about that too, so there's another reason for me to join them. Sure.
That's great, He-chan. That's great, that's great. Yay!
Misha hops up and down briefly to show how happy she is, which causes a few heads to turn towards us. Shizune opts for a polite, tiny clap that lasts for all of 2 seconds before she goes back to looking stoic as usual. Would it kill you to be a little happier, Shizune?
Oh, I wasn't aware that He-chan was a king. Ha 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 ha!
Shizune pushes her glasses up and Misha delivers her message totally without sarcasm. I guess it would sting more if she could say it with the intent Shizune meant behind it. So for once, I'm happy to have Misha as a barrier between us. I'm not telling you to jump for joy just because I'm having lunch with you. I'm not that arrogant. She seems to accept this, and we head for town with Shizune leading the way. Watching her walk in front of me, I notice that she walks very quickly, taking long, heavy, determined strides. Maybe if we were traveling through a snowstorm it would make sense to walk like that, but it's a perfectly clear day. Anyway, it's making me feel exhausted just watching her. We arrive at the tea house in what Misha says is record time, likely because of Shizune's blazing pace. I feel a little let down seeing that it's not a huge feudal era building with mats on the floor and women in kimonos pouring the tea. It actually is more like a cafe as I thought. Not that it's a bad thing. It looks very nice. As soon as I walk through the doors, someone zooms in front of us as if they had been lying in wait the entire time.
Welcome. Thank you for patronizing this establishment.
The top half of her body drops forward in a bow that looks like an axe chopping through wood. I'm surprised to see it's none other than Yuko, the librarian. Hey, I didn't know you worked here.
Oh, yes, I do. I'm a waitress. I've been working here for 1 year, 6 months, and 2 weeks now. Thank you for choosing to come here. Is there anything I can do for you? Hi, Yu-chan. Hello.
Misha, you both know her too?
Of course, Yu-chan. Yu-chan works in the library, after all. I don't go there often myself, but Yu-chan knows her, and we come here a lot, so it's like we see her all the time. Yes. Should I get your usuals? And if there is anything you would want, please feel free to tell me at any time.
You don't have to be so formal. We all know each other. It's also pretty empty today, so she can afford to take it easy. I was hoping she would stop looking so nervous, but her words had the opposite effect.
No, I'm a waitress. This is my job. I have to do it properly. Okay. That works for C-chan. Yu-chan, please get C-chan what she usually gets, and I'll have some green tea with milk and honey.
No pressure.
Yes, but this is my job, and there is always pressure. I'm sorry. I'm arguing with the customer. Sorry.
Yuko takes another 100-mile-per-hour bow. I decided to give up and join Shizune and Misha at a table. As soon as I sit down, Yuko comes by looking even more upset than before.
I'm sorry. I'm really sorry. I forgot to take your order. I'm not attentive to customers. That's not right. I'm sorry. If there is anything I can do to make up for it, please tell me. It's okay, Yu-chan. He-chan didn't order anything, so it's not your fault. Don't be upset.
It's true. I guess I should order now, but I don't really know what this place serves. There doesn't seem to be a menu. Yeah, she's right. I'll have some coffee and the sandwich, if you have one. Whichever sandwich you think is the best tasting one here, because Shizune is paying for my meal. Shizune frowns and gives me alternating looks of surprise, indignation, and bemusement, unable to decide between the three.
Hee-chan, just how much money do you have in your wallet? It can't be that little, right? Right? We should split the cost 3 ways to make it fair. Yeah, I won't accept anything else.
Misha turns to Yuka.
Yu-chan, C-chan says she wants 3 of whatever is the most expensive item on the menu.
No!
Ha 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 ha! Just kidding, Hee-chan. Okay. I think that the turkey sandwich is the most delicious sandwich, and it comes with free soup. A good employee would try to recommend the item that there is the most of, though, or the most expensive item. Am I bad at my job?
No, that sounds good. I'll have that, and some coffee.
Okay.
She comes back in a few minutes later with our drinks and my sandwich. Kazune seems to be fine with just her tea, while Misha also ordered a parfait. I don't know why, because I can't imagine any other things that would go worse with tea. Oh well, I take a bite out of my sandwich. It's very good.
Hee-chan, have you thought about joining the student council?
Huh?
Don't talk with your mouth full, Hee-chan.
I wash my food down with a sip of coffee, which is also surprisingly good. But now's not the time to remark on how this place has good food. You said you understood it was too early to expect me to make a decision this quickly. That was like 3 hours ago.
A man should be decisive, Hee-chan. You really should join the student council, Hee-chan. Come on, it'll be fun.
People always say, come on, it'll be fun, about things that are never, ever fun.
Don't you believe me, Hee-chan?
Is it Shizune saying that, or Misha? What a cute expression, but the effect is somewhat jarring, like she has split personalities.
Hee-chan, that's depressing. We just want to spend time with you. That's right, C-chan. Yeah, that's a good point too. Yep, this is beneficial to everyone. It solves all our problems. Yeah, I also thought Hee-chan would appreciate it. That makes me sad.
Suddenly I feel really left out. It's rude to talk about someone without letting them in the conversation. Shizune adjusts her glasses, laughing to herself.
Aw, but it's true, Hee-chan. Why? And you would be helping us out. Membership has been really low this year.
How low?
That's a secret, Hee-chan.
No, I want to know how low it was. How low is low?
Ah ha ha.
5? Lower?
Well...
0?
Wahaha! Hee-chan, that isn't important. What matters is that the number is low, and that is why we would appreciate you giving us a hand, especially with the festival coming up so soon, and it looking to be a busy year ahead in general.
So you're not going to answer my question?
No.
I sigh and straighten up in my chair, trying to look as defiant as possible, because this seems like a big issue and I do not want to let it go that easily. I feel silly, like a blowfish. Fine. At least tell me this. How many people are in the student council, total?
Well, Hee-chan, we're definitely undermanned, but we have enough members to get the job done. Yep.
It's not just the two of you, is it?
Ha 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 ha! Hee-chan, that's funny. But it's definitely not just us.
Are you sure? Are you absolutely sure?
Yep.
I stare at them both, trying to see if they will slip up and confirm my worst fears. Misha frowns, looking uncomfortable. That is probably because I'm staring at her. Shizune, on the other hand, returns my gaze with one of her own. Maybe she is challenging me, peering at me over the rims of her glasses like that. So teasing and surprisingly immature, like a little girl beckoning someone to play with her.
Hee-chan, your 2 cute student council representatives have been trying to make you feel welcome and are even treating you to lunch. You should show your gratitude by joining the council so you can at least help them out. Yeah, it would be great if you could just file some papers for us, and the festival is coming up, and we have to build some stalls for the games and food. Just a few, so if you were there, it would be a lot easier for us. Please, Hee-chan?
What an interesting good cop, bad cop routine. I'll give it a shot. Why not? Just a shot. Okay, I'll give it a trial run. It doesn't mean I'm joining or anything definite, just that I'll help out a little and then I'll see. And this makes us even for lunch. I'm not doing this because I want to. I finish off the last of my sandwich, and this makes Misha notice for the first time in a while that she has a parfait. She starts digging in, much to Shizune's chagrin, because I can tell from the way she plays with her fingers that she had a lot to say. Every time I look at Shizune, she looks back with such focus and intensity. This time is no exception. Her face is expressionless. Maybe she is thinking. Eventually, it gives way to a smile. She signs something, and obviously, I can't understand it at all. She has to know that. Then, she does it again, a childish playfulness showing through in the speed and energy of her gestures. Misha, what did she just say? Misha looks up from her parfait, torn between wanting to help out and going back to eating. What does this mean? I try my best to make the same movements with my hands that Shizune did. I come to realize quickly that this isn't very easy. Imagine doing this all day, as your only means of communication.
Sorry, He-chan. I can't tell you.
Why not? Is it an insult?
No, He-chan. I can't tell you because it means something nice.
Something nice, huh? Well, they've gone back to their tea and food, so I guess this conversation is over for now. I don't really understand, but this makes me wish that I could. Maybe I could even try and learn sign language. The school might have courses for it. Would I really do that? I think about it as I finish the rest of my coffee. I wonder why I'd even be motivated to think about it. I'm enjoying myself so much that I don't even notice that we were supposed to be back in class 10 minutes ago. Even if I were to start heading back to school right now, it would take at least 30 minutes? Maybe. I can't risk running fast with my condition, so it would take at least that long to get there. Well, 10 minutes late already as I am. It wouldn't matter even if I could teleport.
Something wrong, He-chan?
I just realized lunch break ended 10 minutes ago. It's only my third day and I'm already going to miss a class.
Yep, you are already late.
Hey, that's not funny, so are you. And aren't you two the student council? They're setting a bad example.
He-chan is so moral. But He-chan is right. He is late for class, and it looks like you're cutting too, He-chan, because you're not making an effort to go. As your student council representatives, we're going to have to do something about this and make sure you're punished for it.
Well, you two dragged me out here. This is all your fault. Take responsibility.
He-chan, we were just taking a prospective student council member out to try and recruit him. It's business. But you're not a member of the council, so there's no excuse.
Yes, there is. That prospective student council member is clearly me.
Yes. Are you going to join the student council, He-chan?
Shizune reaches her teacup haughtily and wags her outstretched pinky finger up and down.
He-chan, if only you were a member of the student council. But you can still join now, He-chan. If you join now, you won't be in any trouble at all, and we'll be able to take many more nice excursions like this all the time. It'll be fun.
I start to think that maybe this was all an elaborate setup leading up to this moment. Maybe Shizune lured me out here, banking on the possibility that I'd lose track of time and be forced into this situation. Diabolical. Well, considering what I know of her, I should have been more on my guard. But to admit that I got myself into this, even slightly, would be unforgivable. I try to read Shizune's intention in her eyes, but she just returns my stare blankly, innocently, takes a sip of tea, like she is mocking me.
By the way, He-chan, I didn't plan this at all. Things just happened to work out this way.
I was almost about to drop my theory as paranoia, but this puts a new spin on things. I almost fall over in awe. So it really was an elaborate setup, from the very beginning. All just to burn me and force me to join the student council.
Ha 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 ha! You look so nervous, He-chan. Did you really think we were tricking you this whole time?
You're not?
He-chan, you really thought?
Misha frowns, looking heartbroken. Shizune quickly frowns as well, following her lead. How synchronized. Two of a perfect pair. They must be twins.
C-chan says she's flattered, He-chan, but doing that kind of thing would be a grossly inappropriate abuse of power, and imposing that on your free will. And it would be blackmail, too. C-chan would never do anything like that. Never.
I think about asking Misha, are you sure, but resist the urge to.
Anyway, He-chan, what C-chan said is true. Since you're with us and we're doing student council work, it's okay if we miss a class or two. Not that this is a good excuse to do so. Or one that should be used more than 3 times a month. Or something that can or should be abused. So, we must definitely return to class. Eventually. Wahahaha!
Shizune waves Yuko over and points to her empty teacup, indicating that she wants another one, as Misha scrambles to finish her parfait so she can order something else. Maybe I should as well. I am still hungry, and the portions here are a little on the small side. Most importantly, Shizuno is paying for everything. With that in mind, I asked Yuko for another sandwich. By the time we leave the tea shop, I've missed not just one class, but 2. Shizune and Misha seem content to let the whole day pass by, stalling for even more time by suggesting a tour of the town that turns out to cover a 2-block radius from where we start. Eventually, we do go back to school, and the rest of the day is business as usual. When classes are over, Shizune and Misha pack their bags and leave the room before me. Come to think of it, this is the first time they've left me alone. It's strange, I almost missed them. The room empties quickly, and I'm the last one out the door. When I try leaving the lobby, however, an arm lowers itself in front of me like a toll bridge gate, stopping me in my tracks. Oh, hi Shizune. A pair of hands from behind cover my eyes, followed by a sharp burst of laughter.
Hi, Hee-chan. Guess who?
Misha asked the question completely without sarcasm, meaning she doesn't think that I instantly knew it was her for many obvious reasons. I wonder who it could be. Well, it's definitely not Misha.
Ha ha ha! It is!
Misha swings around to stand in front of me, beside Shizune.
Hee-chan, are you busy right now?
Busy going to my room, yeah. See you 2 tomorrow. I try to make a break for it, but Shizune is too agile to get past. As someone who used to play soccer, this is embarrassing. Not to mention that this behavior is drawing some odd looks. I should just quit while I'm ahead.
Hee-chan, could you please go upstairs and get a few things for us from the art room?
Why me?
Ha ha ha! Hee-chan thinks that if the art teacher sees us, he will say hi, and she doesn't like him.
Ignore him.
She tried, but even though Hee-chan is deaf, he'll try to say hi anyway.
Run away?
I never run!
The tone of finality is so strong that I can pick it up even through Misha. I can see there is no use pursuing this further with Shizune. Misha, why can't you get them?
Stairs make me dizzy, Hee-chan.
Shizune nods as if to confirm it.
Please, Hee-chan, we need these things to build stalls for the festival, and you said you would help out a little, right? Right?
I really shouldn't, but I guess this once would be alright. Okay.
That's great, Hee-chan. Thank you. This is what we need.
She holds out a piece of paper for me to take. I'm sure that this list was made by Shizune. It's handwritten, but each letter is perfectly formed and uniform, as if it were typed. Not just that, but it's exhaustively detailed, complete with numbers, bullet points, and even little checkboxes. What it boils down to is that she wants paint, paintbrushes, poster board, and an easel. Just different types and specific numbers of each. Wonder how I'm going to carry all this stuff down the stairs without breaking my neck. The classrooms closest to ours are designated belonging to classes 3-1 and 3-2 on the right side, and 3-4 on the left side, each door looking exactly the same. Further down the corridor still, with identical doors, are rooms that I didn't think were used for classes. I guess the art room is not a classroom as such.